Now, Hugh, I'm clicking the button to the right when I need to go, right? Are we ready to go? Okay, 1 second. All right, now, everybody, now is your moment. I want to get you to put on your eye mask, and if you don't have one, there might be a few left from our handy volunteers. If you don't have an eye mask, you can just close your eyes, okay? And before we start, I'm going to read you one of my favorite quotes. The human voice. It's the instrument we all play. It's the most powerful sound in the world. Probably. Thank you. And it's the only one that can start a war or say, I love you. Okay, here we go. Put on the eye masks. Hugh, take it away.
Out here training once again with Dad, and I think everything's come crashing down on my head about the reality of what's going to be ahead with this journey to the South Pole.
We must cross 5,000 crevasses. If a crevasse bridge breaks, you go through and you don't come home. It's going to hurt doing this.
No life around, no flowers, no birds, no insects, no bugs, no bacteria.
Feeling ready for this expedition?
I'm ready, Bunny.
Be frightened, be very frightened, because where we're going wants you dead.
It's going to be a challenge. The fear is real.
60 days, surviving solely off renewable energy. It's going to be one hell of a story.
She could not understand what that even means. What does it mean to have a dream?
Education is not a privilege. Education is a right. Education is peace.
Let's eliminate poverty. Let's eradicate hunger. Let's educate everybody. Let's ensure that everyone has access to good health. Let's
to be able to know that I was capable of achieving more than what society considered. This is what someone who falls under these categories can achieve.
You can take off your eye masks now. Thank you very much. And we're going to move to the next slide. Am I in charge or are you in charge, Hugh? You're in charge? So what you've just heard is a sample from the Global Goals Cast, and this is the podcast that asks if we can change the world. And I'm here to tell you I'm here on Water Day. We have a new podcast which is up, in fact, today, which is about water. You'll hear an excerpt from that in just a minute. Here's my slides. So the point about our podcast is we explore the stories of the Global Goals Cast. Now, am I in charge or you? Am I in charge now? There we go. I don't need to tell you guys what this is. It's the world's to-do list. There's no plan B and there's no planet B either. We know that the stories behind the Sustainable Development Goals can't be told in 140 characters. They can't even be told in 190 characters. And what we love about the medium of audio, which you just experienced there, is that it's a very intimate experience. You can close your eyes and you can get completely immersed. We also know how many millennials are there in front of me. Raise your hand if you're a millennial. There you go. I'm not, but as we know the millennials are demanding stories about the issues that they care about, and they're buying with their beliefs. So our podcast is primarily targeted towards them. That's me, and that's my co-conspirator, Claudia Romo Edelman. She's UNHCR. She's working now in UN migration. And together we are the co-hosts of this podcast. We're using it as a megaphone to highlight the progress to showcase champions. Our partner is CBS News Digital with their 60 million viewers. And our official sound partner is Harman, the official sound of the Global Goals Cast. We are supported by incredible partners, including the United Nations, including the UNDP, including the SDG Action Campaign. And what does it mean to be a partner? I'm going to tell you in a minute, but they give us access to their stories, and they give us the trust to tell those stories. We've got incredible pro bono partners as well, corporations who are giving us help in distributing, Action Button giving us actions. We've got SAWA giving us space on billboards. And shortly, we're going to be coming out in other languages, starting with Spanish in the summer. We're delighted to be working with India Today, with the National and Cultural Collectiva as well. And what we do is we tell stories of people like Brenda. So Brenda crossed the Rio Grande from Mexico to Texas as a third grader. She didn't speak a word of English. She's now a software engineer at Google. And it turns out that she is a dreamer as well. So she may not be able to stay in the United States forever. What Google has told her is that they're delighted for her to go anywhere she wants. We tell these stories to illustrate these messages. We back these messages up with hardcore data, and then we give you actions to take. An Action Button helps us give those actions. And together, we can reconstruct this fragmented world and tell you stories of people like Priti, who was given a uniform and given the opportunity to go to school. She's now the only person from her family to have made it to college. We give you as a partner, we give you incredible social media assets to share as well. And we continue to tell stories of people like Robert and Barney Swan. You heard them in the beginning. They're in our Water Day special, and they have survived going to the South Pole solely on renewable energy. It's the first time that's been done, and it's been done by Robert and Barney Swan. Robert Swan is the first to go to the South Pole and the North Pole. We're live here. We're going on tour to Cannes. We'll be at the UN General Assembly. We'll be at the World Economic Forum, where we were in January as well. And why am I here? How can you help us? Do you have music? Peter Gabriel donated us his music. We'd love to hear from people in the rest of the world as well. Design, images, and stories. And of course, we're not adverse to a sponsor as well. If you have a newspaper or magazine, you can give us some editorial coverage. We would love that. And we're also, of course, delighted for you to go on tour with us. And finally, what we'd love you to do is to do what you did today, is to listen on wherever you get your podcasts, Apple or Stitcher or wherever you listen, and give us 5 stars and let me know at Global Goals Cast what you think. Thank you.